One story, 5 minutes, and a fact almost nobody knows. This is Facts in 5. Summer 1997. Microphones built to hunt enemy submarines picked up a sound no human had ever heard before. It was so loud that sensors 5,000 kilometers apart recorded it at the exact same moment. No whale, no ship, no earthquake could explain it. Nothing on Earth seemed big enough to make this sound. It took scientists 15 years to find the answer. And trust me, it's stranger than the monster everyone was imagining. Researchers gave the mystery a name, the Bloop, 1 minute long, rising in pitch, like something enormous waking up. The loudest animal on Earth is the blue whale, 188 decibels. The Bloop was many times more powerful. If an animal made this sound, it would have to be far larger than a blue whale. Nothing that big exists, officially. Then researchers traced the coordinates, and this is where it gets weird. It came from the most remote place on the planet. So far from land, the nearest humans are usually astronauts, passing 400 kilometers overhead. In 1928, a horror writer placed his fictional sleeping sea monster. The internet lost its mind. A giant squid? An undiscovered species? A secret weapons test? Every theory failed in the same frustrating way. The recordings came from a Cold War spy system, deep-sea hydrophones the US Navy once used to track Soviet submarines. Deep in the ocean, there's a layer where sound gets trapped and travels for thousands of kilometers. That's what caught the Bloop. First theory eliminated: giant squid. Squid have no organ that produces sound. The ocean's most famous monster is completely silent. And blue whales? Wrong sound signature entirely. So if no animal on Earth made it, what did? Because the Bloop wasn't alone. Scientists had a growing library of unexplained ocean sound, nicknamed Julia, Train and Slow Down. Underwater volcanoes explained some of them, but the Bloop's signature matched no eruption ever recorded. Years passed. The sound never repeated. The trail went completely cold, until scientists tried something new. Quick pause. We open one of these files every single day, in 5 minutes flat. Subscribe so tomorrow's is waiting for you. Now, back to the mystery. In 2005, researchers sailed into some of the most hostile waters on Earth off the coast of Antarctica. They were studying earthquakes and volcanoes. They had no idea they were about to solve a 15-year-old mystery. Their instruments recorded thousands of sounds, and buried among them, the exact acoustic fingerprint of the Bloop. Same shape. Whatever made the sound in 1997, constantly. But the source wasn't alive. It was something far, far bigger than any animal in history. It was ice. An icequake. A cliff of frozen water the size of a city, tearing itself apart. When an ice shelf fractures, the crack rips through it at hundreds of meters per second, dumping massive energy into the water. Some Antarctic icebergs are larger than entire countries. When one breaks free, the ocean itself becomes a loudspeaker. The 1997 Bloop was one of these, an icequake. Its sound carried 5,000 kilometers across the Pacific. Sound travels more than 4 times faster in water than in air. And in the deep sound channel, it barely fades at all. So there was no monster. But honestly, the truth is bigger, because this sound is a message from the planet itself. Scientists now use these recordings to measure how fast Antarctica is breaking apart. And here's the unsettling part. It's getting louder. Decade after decade, icequakes are growing more frequent. The ice is speaking more often, and more urgently. A century ago, a writer imagined a giant sleeping in the ocean. The real giant was a continent of ice. And it's waking up. And the ocean isn't done with us. A sound called upsweep has repeated since 1991. To this day, no confirmed explanation. We have better maps of the moon than of our own seafloor. Over 80% of the ocean has never been explored. The ocean was never silent. It's been talking this whole time. We only just learned how to listen. One file closes, the next is already glowing. Tomorrow, the lake that killed 1,700 people in one night, in total silence. See you in 5.